what is this picture telling us?
Well, that's just an example of the hunting conditions which you can expect to take a client into. Visibility 20 yards, elephant more than one. Are you aware of all the elephant? They're not always together. Have you walked past one? Because they can actually be incredibly quiet. Are you aware of everything? Have you set it up correctly? Are you in control of the situation?
You've got a lot of things to think about. The one which really interests me though is, how do you tell that an elephant is angry or just showing off?
Here is a classic example from the proficiency exam.
Yep.
There's two learner professional hunters in the open with an elephant bull closing in.
Right. That would not be a nice position for me to be in.
Is it 20 yards? It's not dangerous.
Now, how do you know it's not dangerous?
From the body language. His ears are out, the trunk is down, he is unsure of what we are, why we are, and what we're up to, and he's coming to investigate. And we're watching what the learner professional hunters, how they respond. Mm-hmm. And this is a perfect example of, does the professional hunter know what he's doing? The one is totally relaxed. He's shouting at the elephant, so the elephant knows it's a person. Elephants are incredibly short-sighted. They have very good sense of smell and hearing, mm-hmm. but they don't see much. So he's shouting at it, saying, "Oi, we're people, back off, don't get stupid here."
Okay.
The other lad is getting nervous, the rifle's beginning to come up.
Oh, you can see the
tip of the muzzle's coming up.
Yeah, I got it, yep.
At 20 yards, you don't need to be nervous.
No, okay. I would be, but as a professional, you don't.
You shouldn't be.
All right.
Yeah, you want a license from me? Don't be nervous.
So you're saying the guy on the right was a fail?
Not just from this incident. Over the course of a week-long exam, things add up to come back next year.
Now show me a picture of an elephant that is clearly angry.
This one is a mock charge where the elephant is thinking about changing the situation.
How can you tell?
It's got its trunk beginning to curl up.
Yep.
But he's in fact skidding to a halt and starting to kick up dust.
Okay, so dust is a key thing here.
Yeah, it is. He's demonstrating he's using height to intimidate. The professional guide in the photograph, David Christensen, is one of the top pros in the world. He's a photographic guide. He has read the situation absolutely clearly. He hasn't even bothered to pick up his rifle. That elephant's at 4 or 5 paces, and Dave hasn't flinched.
And there's a guy taking a photograph right behind him, who presumably
Yes.
would be run over if this was an angry elephant.
Well, as usual with a photographic client, he's looking through the lens of his camera and he probably doesn't realize how close it is.
It's the trouble with the photographers. Okay, have we got any more? Well, the wind lets us.
Yeah, again we have, again from the Zimbabwe proficiency exam, we've got 2 learner professional hunters and an examiner.
That's the examiner on the left, and then that's a
learner, and that's a learner professional. Okay. Yeah, Cliff Walker's the examiner in this photograph.
Yeah.
They're doing an approach on quite a big bull, mm-hmm. again in quite thick brush, and the elephant is totally relaxed. The wind is with the hunters.
Wind's with us today as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
The elephant, he's got his ears out, the trunk is down. There's no real danger that he's actually going to stand on you. That can change in an instant.
Yeah.
But you will see the ears go back. You'll see the trunk tuck in, the head tucks in.
Yeah.
And of course, from side on, it's easy to see.
Now the elephant doesn't know that is a threatening gesture by a human being pointing a rifle at it, presumably.
No.
But was this guy a pass or a fail?
He was ultimately a pass. He didn't shoot that elephant. He was just doing a mock approach. Mm-hmm. It's something we do on the exam all the time. You're not going to get a guy to shoot 20 elephants, but you're going to try and walk in on 20 elephants, get in close, as you would do with a client. You're going to go in, you're going to have a look at it, you're going to pull out. You're doing particularly tuskless. You're going to go into a herd, you're going to make sure that it doesn't have a calf. You're going to have elephant behind you, you're going to have elephant in front. You're going to get in, read the situation, get out without shooting the wrong one, and without getting yourself or your client stood on.
Okay. Now you, as a PH, as somebody who's been involved in this business, this world for many years, must have had some relatively hairy moments yourself. What goes through your mind when a an elephant changes from dusty, trunk curling, flappy eared intimidation to a full scale charge? Well, what do you think?
Front sight. I suppose it's typical of all stressful situations. You get audio exclusion, you get tunnel vision, everything closes down, you have no depth perception, you're just focusing on getting that shot in the right place. And of course you're always hoping that he's going to stop. He can change his mind, you know, particularly if it's not one you want to shoot. Yeah, you're shouting, you're trying to persuade him or her that it would be a wise plan to walk away and, you know, let's both go home. And the inclination is always to leave it too late. And that's the danger. Is a couple of famous guides and PHs have been killed. They've left it too late.
And just for the benefit of viewers who maybe spend a lot of time shooting deer or foxes or rabbits, what's too late with an elephant in terms of yards?
The legislation says 10 yards. I don't think any good PH would shoot over 6.
That's 18 feet, that's 3 people away from you.
Yes, and he's moving at 30, 35 mile an hour.
So you are really taking your last chance there.
It's part of the reason that double rifles have come back into vogue. Not that many years ago, when you were hunting elephant for ivory, people didn't take those chances. You weren't being nice. If an elephant charged you, shoot it at 15 yards. Time to work a bolt action. And 5 in the magazine, well, maybe you could get 4 out of the herd, particularly if it was a group of bulls. Now, as the professional hunting has developed and the demands are that you leave it later and later, you're usually trying not to shoot. The double rifle has become probably more in vogue than it was 50 years ago. You're leaving it too late. There is no time to take a second shot with a bolt action. At 6 yards, if you miss, you're dead. Toe jam. And the double rifle has, it's come back in.